Carl quickly pulled out the trash bin he had prepared in advance and jogged after the deliverman. The deliverman got off the elevator on the 4th floor, and Carl followed him, because the boss lived there. As the deliverman opened the security door, Carl started silently counting. When he reached 7, the door closed. That meant if Carl wanted to slip inside, he had to see someone open the door within 7 seconds. Carl hurried over to peek, and the person he saw was the boss's secretary. But just before the deliverman came back out, Carl had already moved to the water tap and pretended to be drinking. The deliverman didn't pay attention, left directly, and Carl began silently counting again. At the last second, he slipped inside. Carl left the trash bin outside, only bringing his gun and toolbox with him. When the secretary saw Carl, he was terrified, but Carl's target wasn't him. It was Old Hay. Carl pulled out a rope, ordering the secretary to tie Old Hay to a chair, and then tie himself up in the bathroom. But when Carl shut the bathroom door, he deliberately left a crack open to keep an eye on the secretary's movements. On the surface, Old Hay was a lawyer, but just 2 days earlier, Carl had failed to assassinate a rich man. The client ordered another hit, not on Carl's life, but to warn him to do the job properly next time. Carl wanted to know who the client was, but Old Hay, bound by professional ethics, refused to say a word. Without hesitation, Carl pulled out an air gun and fired steel nails into Old Hay's computer and phone. Seeing this, Old Hay immediately said that the client's information had been stored on that computer, now unrecoverable. Carl didn't believe him. He fired the air gun directly at Old Hay, driving 3 steel nails into his chest. If they couldn't be removed within 6 minutes, he would suffocate to death. Yet Old Hay stubbornly declared that even if he were nailed to death, he would never betray a client. But only 3 minutes later, Old Hay collapsed in agony. Carl quickly spread a newspaper under him to keep blood from dripping onto the floor. Carl, however, remained calm. He pushed the trash bin inside, stuffed Old Hay's body into it, and cleaned up the scene. Then he opened the bathroom door. The secretary was already weak with fear, begging for his life. Carl let him go. Together, they pushed the trash bin into the elevator. Just then, 2 other people entered the elevator. The secretary didn't dare cry for help. He knew how cold-blooded Carl was.